Tonight on NewsCenter, reporters speak with SGA President Emily Wiley. NewsCenter speaks with President Morgan about fall 2021. Our reporters speak with students on the street. This and much more tonight on NewsCenter.
Good evening and welcome to NewsCenter. I am Jude O'Neill here with Austin Mason. Here's what's making headlines for April 22nd, 2021.
Morehead State's Office of Military Initiatives held a donation drive for homeless veterans. The director, Dr. Silas Sessions, says this drive's goal is similar to the creation of care packages for soldiers serving abroad, but is intended for homeless veterans across the Commonwealth. Several organizations and individuals came together to donate. Even though the drive is complete, you can still donate to the Veterans Resource Center located in Breckenridge Hall. Donatable items include bottles of water, bars of soap, socks, feminine hygiene products, and washcloths. To learn more about MSU's Office of Military Initiatives, visit moreheadstate.edu/veterans.
Morehead State is currently undergoing changes for campus to return to the way the university operated before the COVID-19 pandemic. NewsCenter spoke with MSU President Jay Morgan about the details.
Morehead State's administration is looking to find ways to get the university closer back to normal. President Jay Morgan speaks on the matter.
Well, a couple of ways. One of the things that we're doing is we're trying to phase between now, mid to late April, all the way into really looking as forward onto close to Thanksgiving or the end of the fall semester. So here's a couple of phases that you might see. For the rest of this spring semester, we're just trying to be careful. We're trying to keep as much virtual as possible. This summer, we're going to have, or this May, we're going to have an outdoor graduation. There's going to be 4 of them, 3 for the graduating class, 1 for the Craft Academy on May 8th, outdoor on the football stadium. And really, that's probably our first large outdoor event. We think we can do that safely outdoors, people wearing masks, sitting in the football stadium. And then as we move into the fall semester, we're trying to kind of coin it closer back to normal. I don't think anybody can say that we're going to be exactly back to maybe what we remember before. So let me give you a couple of examples. For this past year, we've operated with roughly about 60 or 62% of all of our classes in person, and the rest were online and hybrid. We're going to take that up to, our goal is about 70%. So we're trying to have more face-to-face, in-person classes. We still will have some internet courses just like we normally do. The other thing that we're going to do this fall is we're lowering our class sizes intentionally. Now, that's not every single course, but we're going to try to have courses with lesser individuals in it because we know students want kind of that traditional in-person experience. The residence halls this year, fall and spring, we didn't pack them as full as we normally do. We kept them, a little, we had some wiggle room there. We'll probably go ahead and put as many people as we can in for the fall and spring semester next year because we've proven we can do this. Students have done fabulous. I think we'll probably open up the public areas and the residence halls a little bit more. Matter of fact, we've started opening them up a little bit right now. So I think you'll see things looking a whole lot better in the fall. Over this past school year, fall and spring, our campus has proven that it can work as a team and do very, very well. I mean, we have hit a home run, in my opinion. Our students have done fabulous. Our faculty and staff have done fabulous. So working as a team, we know that we can work our way through COVID. So we don't have any problems with next fall.
For NewsCenter, I'm Bradley Miller.
Morehead's activist group, Justice for North Fork, held another protest to try and get more time for the mobile home tenants to move out. The group marched outside of the new property owner's office in Lexington on Tuesday. The residents of the lot say they fully support Moorhead in acquiring new businesses and support the new owner, Patrick Madden, for purchasing the land. However, some feel they have been mistreated in the process. We'll be right back with your weather forecast after the break.
Here at Moorhead State University, the nursing program is ranked 4th in the state and is named one of the best in the nation. Students have access to the latest in medical technology to provide hands-on practices. The Department of Nursing is creating nurses that want to change the world by saving others.
While we may be transitioning back to normal life, COVID is still a threat, so don't get a personal foul. This is COVID Referee. Even if you're a mouth breather like you look, this certainly isn't helping anyone. Pull that up. You only washed your hands for 15 of the recommended 30 seconds. Get back in there. 6 feet, please.
Welcome back to your weekly forecast. I'm Liz Miranda, and the current conditions outside today are 50, partly cloudy with the humidity at 42% and the wind speed at 9 miles per hour. It was a little chillier all over Kentucky today. Paducah was a low of 48, Bowling Green a low of 57, Louisville 56, Frankfort 53. Over here in Lexington, it was 52, London 53, Moorhead 50, and Ashland 57. As we go into tonight, the low will be 34 with a 15% chance of precipitation, and the sun will be setting at 8:16 p.m. Tomorrow will be a high of 61, and the sun will be rising at 6:46 a.m. It will be partly cloudy. Next week, it will slowly heat up, but we are going to start today, Thursday, 50 with a low of 34, partly cloudy. Tomorrow, Friday, a high of 61, partly cloudy with a low of 46. Saturday, a high of 57 with a low of 48 with rain showers. On Sunday, we're going to have a high of 63 and a low of 42, partly cloudy. And on Monday, we will have a high of 75 and a low of 54 and sunny conditions. And on Tuesday, it will be a high of 83 and a low of 64, partly cloudy. And on Wednesday, it will be 81 and partly cloudy. Back to Jude with sports.
Moorhead State's beach volleyball team defeated in-state rival Eastern Kentucky University at Fazoli's Breadstick Beach Wednesday evening. The Eagles extended their winning streak with a pair of matches against the Colonels. This win improves the Eagles to 7-0 on the year. The beach volleyball team will finish the 2021 season Saturday and Sunday, ending with the OVC conference at EKU. The Eagles will go against Austin Peay and Chattanooga on Saturday, then end the weekend playing at UT Martin and Jacksonville State on Sunday.
The MSU football team finished their 2021 season with a victory against Butler this past Saturday. The Eagles defeated the Bulldogs with a 28-18 win, earning a 4-3 season ending. The Eagles also finished second in the Pioneer Football League Championship. This season, they had their first winning record since 2015 and also earned a perfect home record for the first time in over 70 years.
Senior Convergent Media major Matt Wilson is the producer and co-host of MSU TV's sports program, The Game Plan. NewsCenter's Harvey Rice sat down with Matt to talk about his experiences in creating the program.
Hello, and welcome to the show.
I think the thing that made me want to do this show in the first place was just my love of sports overall. I mean, even as a kid in like middle school, I've always wanted to be some sort of sports broadcaster or something to do with sports. And so whenever I was presented with an opportunity to have a show of my own, that was the first place that I went to in my mind was I want to have a sports show to myself to where I could be as creative as possible. And, our supervisor, Tim Creekmore, gave me the opportunity to do so. And it was just one of the best decisions I ever made in this major because it opened up so many different opportunities to me, especially, now being able to broadcast games, be a color commentator for ESPN Plus through MSU Athletics, where I got my job from, starting to do this stuff. So, a lot of it came down to just my love of sports and just wanting to, gain new opportunities through the show and to show, how creative I can be at it. The show has been going on for about a year now. We started in March of 2020, and the original cast that we had at the table was Isaac Kroom, Braxton Miller, and Jacob Hedges. Some of the best memories that I've made here while attending MSU has been with this show, from actually having well-thought-out discussions, during the filming of the show to, behind-the-scenes shenanigans with Jacob and, Braxton and Cody, or filming segments with those guys as well. It's just been an absolute blast.
We will be right back after the break.
You're just gonna throw everything away?
We both know this isn't working out. We shouldn't have to keep trying to make it work. It should just work.
What happened to forever? What happened to everything you ever promised me?
I meant it. In the moment.
No, you can't do that. You can't make promises and then decide to take them back.
Things are different now. You're just not willing to admit it. That was a good take.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
MSU Student Government Association is preparing for the upcoming fall semester. NewsCenter sat down with SGA's president, Emily Wiley, to discuss these plans.
I have actually had a few meetings with my new executive board. We've been talking about ideas for next year. Last year, we had a strategic plan that was pretty well endowed, that had multiple different ideas and facets, and that many were accomplished. This upcoming year, what we're going to be focusing on is inclusivity all across campus, which is something that we started this year. And then also another thing that we're going to be working on is going to be campus beautification. That goes across a lot of things, but just making sure that there are certain things on campus that students see every day that other people that are driving down University Boulevard might not see. Making sure that those things look good and that are cleaned up and ready for students to use when the school year gets back to normal. For the students that may not be aware, there used to be a building called Butler Hall between Mays Hall and Normal Hall. It's like right in front of Cartmel. Right there, it's a clean lot. SGA kind of came to the university administration and said, hey, we see a lot of students playing frisbee, soccer, football, just a fun, spur of the moment place that we should really turn into a recreation area. So it's going to include, some benches, trees. There's going to be horseshoe pits that are going to be intramural code. So we will have intramural horseshoe events. We really put emphasis on not making this a reservable place so students can go at the spur of the moment and, just grab their stuff and run out of their room. They don't have to think about it ahead of time. The sign's going to say Butler Park, amenities provided by Student Government Association. So everything that you see there is provided by us, but it's all thanks to our facilities and administration here at the university. It's really too far out to call what is to come in the fall semester, but I'll just say, our progress speaks for itself. We've done so much this year that students probably haven't seen. And if you don't really follow our social media accounts, you don't hear about it. But I will say next year, know that you have a student government that's willing to be there and listen to you and hear you out.
The Eastern Kentucky Hemp Company has opened a new location here in Moorhead. The ribbon-cutting ceremony was held Tuesday morning. The company's original location in Grayson was opened in 2018, and they have since expanded across much of eastern Kentucky and into western Virginia. Mark Denny, the co-owner of the company, is hopeful that Kentuckians will continue to support their growth and see the benefits of their products.
The News Center's news director, Alyssa Williams, is graduating this May. We sat down with her to discuss her time at MSU and what she looks forward to after graduation.
Into Moorhead State as a freshman, I really did not know what I was going to do with my life. I finally started taking classes my sophomore year in convergent media. And then when I got deeper into the program and essentially, started working in the practicums, I fell in love with it. And, that's really where I found myself. It sounds really cliche, but it wasn't until I got into convergent media that I started to enjoy my time at Moorhead State. And from sophomore year to senior year, I have had an absolute blast. Junior year, Tim, our supervisor, he was like, Alyssa, do you want to be a producer for NewsCenter? And I was like, me? I had never worked on NewsCenter before. I'd worked on the other programs for MSU TV, never even watched an episode of NewsCenter, but I guess he saw something in me. I, was a producer. I was assignment editor for NewsCenter. I hosted a show on MSU TV called Note to Self. The whole premise of the show is pretty much an open discussion-led program that focuses on mental health, gender norms, feminism, just everything that people might be too scared to openly talk about. I then was promoted from assignment editor to director of NewsCenter, which has been probably my favorite thing that I've ever done. And then through that, I was awarded the Amber Philpott Scholarship. I feel so beyond honored to have received and been the first recipient of that scholarship. After that, I decided to apply for the senior senator position for SGA, and I was appointed to that. I was appointed as vice president of Lambda Pi Eta, which is our honors fraternity for communication. Once I graduate, of course, I would love to be working for a station in Kentucky alongside doing nonprofit work. I found that volunteerism is something that really makes my heart sing. Currently, I am in the developmental stage of creating a nonprofit organization, which is dedicated to helping kids in Eastern Kentucky, or better yet, Appalachia, gain access to mental health resources. And so if I could continue on in working with nonprofits or, developing my own nonprofit, then I would be so utterly happy.
We'll be back with more news after this.
At MSU, I know I can succeed because of our professors. And while I may disagree about the amount of homework at times, I know I can count on them to be there for me. So thank you for making Moorhead a home and each class a family.
No matter where they go.
No matter how high they soar.
They never forget where they learned to fly.
Once an eagle, always an eagle.
Once an eagle, always an eagle.
Once an eagle, always an eagle.
Hi, I'm Megan Boone. I'm the director of the Career Services Center, and we're an office that helps students choose a major, figure out what they might want to do with the major, as well as polish up any materials they'd be using to market themselves, from resumes to cover letters to preparing for interviews. We also help with grad school applications, so we hope you take advantage of some of our services.
As of Wednesday, there were 8 more COVID-19 cases in Rowan County, one of which has been associated with Moorhead State. COVID testing is provided outside the St. Clair Medical Pavilion. It is open 7 to 2, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Extended hours are available on Wednesday from 12 to 7. For more information about COVID-19 in Rowan County, visit Judge Executive Harry Clark's Facebook page.
For this week's Man on the Street, NewsCenter talked to students about their views on subjects surrounding the pandemic.
COVID-19 has affected the population worldwide. NewsCenter takes a closer look into how college students are facing the obstacles of this pandemic, including stances on masks and COVID-19 vaccinations.
I definitely think masks are still necessary. It concerns me a little bit seeing people sort of relaxing on wearing masks, even outside, but I think it's for the best for everyone.
Masks are definitely essential for trying to get rid of this pandemic if people would just wear them correctly. Not under the nose, not under their chin, over the nose and mouth.
Yes, I do feel like masks are very necessary just because you have people that are in your family that are grandparents, aunts, uncles, mom, dad that might have a medical condition that if they get it, then it can be fatal for them. So you should be very, very cautious for your peers.
I have been vaccinated. I have my first shot from the Moderna vaccine, and I get the next one in a week.
I have gotten the Pfizer back in January and then my second shot in February because of my job.
I just knew that St. Clair was offering them, and I was afraid that it was an opportunity that if I didn't take it then, I wouldn't have the chance to get vaccinated for a while. So I just took whatever they gave me. I haven't really heard people talk a lot about the positive effects of it. I've heard a lot of people who are anti-vax, talk about why I shouldn't take these. I didn't read anything that would make me not want to take it.
I am excited about it. I'll feel a lot better once I know that I have it. I think that there's a lot of fear that stems from it. but I think the more people learn about the vaccines, the better. I think that the main route of getting people vaccinated is to reassure them that everything will be better if they do get a vaccine as opposed to if they don't.
Reporting for NewsCenter, this is Jude O'Neill.
That's all the news we have for you this week. From everyone here at NewsCenter, we hope you all have a great finals week and a wonderful summer break. Good night, and thanks for watching.